Hold on, y'all. Let me play this intro right quick. Let me play it.
Listen. Do you mind if I put my 2 cents in?
No, honey, I don't mind. Call the police immediately.
I don't get it.
No idea what you're talking about. Yes? Hello? Hi, stranger.
I want ham and eggs and flapjacks with lots of butter and syrup and coffee. I'll take the coffee now.
Why have you come with me? Rain.
Where's my dough?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Vibes and Stuff Live in the Morning. It's your host, Chuck Allen, with your host, Uncle Freezy, coming to you live in the AM. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Hump Day, Women
Hump
Crush
with it.
Wednesday.
With it.
All
Hump with
right.
it.
Vibrant ones, how are you doing this morning? Uncle Freezy, how are you doing this morning?
I'm still pissed off about the draft lottery last night.
Yes.
I'm still pissed off about the draft lottery last night, man. And I know this is vibes and stuff, and we should be vibing about stuff. I want to vibe about this, man.
All right, let's do it.
My,
Let's do it.
my,
I know this is
my,
vibe. This is a vibe. Let's go. This is Nick vibe. Let's get it.
Yo, I'm so frustrated with Knicks fans settling. I'm tired of Knicks. Yo, Thump Singleton is in the building. Let's go Heat. Miami Heat in the building. What's good? Thump Singleton, appreciate these shirts, bro. Thump Singleton did the shirts.
Salute, man. Great job, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
Thump Singleton did the shirts, man. That's fine. That's dope. Yeah, man. But I'm frustrated with Knicks fans, man, selling for less. We always do that, right? We always settle for less. Even Pat Ewing years. We don't need a Michael Jordan. We'll win with a team. We'll outnumber them. Oh yeah, they got a dude with his silhouette on your shoe. His silhouette is on your shoe, right? And you think you are gonna beat that? Knicks fans be settling. Man, make me mad, bro. I already know the day when I do the KMD, Knicks fans gonna be like, I'm glad we finished in 11th place. What kind of donkey shit, man? If y'all don't get out of here, I didn't want to be number one. I just hope we was. I'm just glad we wasn't 12th. Is you crazy? Is you crazy?
It would have benefited us to be in the top 10 in what has been deemed as a very weak draft.
Right.
So if the draft is very weak, that means you probably have about 7 players that are quality, and then the others are projects.
What?
We as a team, man, we don't need any more projects, because okay, so I used to do like audio systems and stuff for people, and
Appreciate your service, because you did a big time service to the community.
but because I was doing it basically out of the barn or the shed at my crib, I didn't have any overhead and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I could undercut the
Anybody.
major shops, right?
Yeah.
So everybody was coming to me, right? Next thing you know, I got like 10 dope boy cars in my yard, and
Right.
all of them want their stuff ready by Saturday because
Right.
there's a car show.
Right, of course. That's how it works. Yeah.
Too many projects. Now I got somebody mad, and my grandma. Oh, you know that? Or such and such was over here asking about that car. You heard me get that boy car out of here.
Yeah. He mad. He
Can't
mad
have.
because I
Go
know.
ahead.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, because he mad. He got to pick up his car Saturday morning. Yeah, the car show started at 8:30. He'll come
Yeah.
pick your joint up at 7:45. He's like 7:45. I can't even get it detailed.
Right.
So I got to pick it up Thursday. So I got to take it to the detail Thursday night to pick it up Friday night. Nah, bruh. Sorry. Yeah.
Come on, man. Or you know what I'm saying, with these projects, right? Or like this one dude. All right, he comes. He has speakers in 5-gallon buckets. He has 212s in 5-gallon buckets in his trunk. It sounds like
Yep.
like a duck
Yep.
farting in mud. And
Yep.
he's like,
Yep.
"Yo, man, I want you to build me a box. I want to port it through the rear deck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want the neon lights, all this stuff." And I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
man, that's gonna take some time."
Yeah. That's gonna take some crafting.
Oh, yeah. So when you need this by, you could do it by tomorrow.
No.
No, right? Then when I start doing his system, I go to the front, to set up my power wire and all that stuff.
Right.
This dude got all kind of battery acid coming out. His batteries leaking.
Yep.
His ground wire looked like chicken wire,
Right.
like somebody done stripped out of a house. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And he telling you to hurry up.
And he telling me to hurry up. And you got this raggedy, rusty alternator. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
But Chuck, let me ask though. Let me just real quick. So why, if you need all that stuff, like say for instance, say you putting this in a Cutlass.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? Dudes like to, have their system in a Cutlass, a Monte Carlo, a Caprice Classic,
right.
a Roadmaster, right? So you say for instance, you got a Caprice Classic, right? And the battery for the Caprice Classic is custom fit as it comes from the factory. So when you go to Walmart to buy a battery, they're gonna give you the specs of the amount of energy, electricity that car is going to use from the factory, right? But when you add extra stuff, you in Walmart like, man, I ain't paying no $129 for no battery. But you paid $129 for tweeters.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Wait a minute. You'll pay $249 for some 6x9s, which is ridiculous. But you won't upgrade your battery. $20 extra.
20 extra bucks. Hey, man, you need a new alternator. Because that's just for all the people out there with systems that think it's your battery that be draining when your base hit and your lights dim. It ain't your battery. It's your alternator. Your alternator is not strong
It's the
enough.
alternator to get the electricity back to the battery.
Right. And you mentioned this like, yo, man, that don't even make no sense. Why I need a new alternator for? Bro, you got a 4,500 watt amp, another 900 watt amp, and a 600 watt amp. And you talking about you want to do TVs in the headrest and a flip down TV?
Yes.
My God, that's a lot of electricity that this car wasn't equipped for.
And the factory battery that you keep putting in there, and that factory, it's the same thing with rims. Like I be telling dudes like, yo, if you put in that size rims on there, you're gonna have to get you a bigger transmission to turn those wheels.
Yeah.
And like, I ain't getting a transmission. Yes, because your factory transmission is built to turn a certain size wheel.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And once you put them 24s, and the car came with 16s or 17s,
Yes.
and then it ain't even 17 Sport, it's 17 Ride. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So your car, the Caprice Classic is 17 rides. So it ain't built for racing. It's built for luxury. So you got to get you a transmission big enough. Man, listen, bro, it's crazy.
it is crazy. But you'll have folks that will dump all this money. I know a guy, man, dumped probably about 50 grand into a Pontiac Catalina, right?
Which are nice cars, by the way.
They're,
But
they're
yeah,
nice cars, but I ain't putting 50 grand in one. Um,
no, I
and
ain't
that's
here.
only because I like them, but they're
You
not my
can
cup of
buy
tea.
you can buy you can buy 20 of them.
So
You can
so
buy 20 Catalinas.
right, and get this, 15,000 of that was for 28-inch rims, and I was like, so the guy so the guy pulls up, with the car, and it's painted beautiful color, whatever. Um, so the guy asks, well, how much have you spent on this vehicle? And he said, man, about 60, 65. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, man, I could have bought a Benz, but and I was like, you could have bought a Benz. Why the hell did you not buy a Benz? Like that's what I would have bought. But then again, that's me. I like old schools too. I'm not going to put that kind of bread. The only reason why I wouldn't put that kind of bread because it's not a car that I like. If it was like a 63, 64 Impala, I would probably do that. If it was a 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70 Pontiac GTO, I would put that kind of
Oh,
bread into it, or 444.
67. 67, definitely.
I,
67,
right,
definitely.
I ain't putting those crazy rims on it, but I said all that to say, um, m- my analogy was like this guy was like he was so happy in putting that kind of bread into that car because that's the car that he likes, right? That's something that he likes. It tickles his fancy, so he don't mind putting that kind of uh uh money into it because he's happy with what it is. But I'm like, if you're happy with what it is, then you shouldn't be saying I could have bought a Benz.
Right.
So
Right.
when you pick who we pick at 11, I don't want to hear. Well, we could have did this.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Like our team is not going to get better with a bunch of guys picked in the teams, right? We only have two guys that were picked in the top 10 on the roster right
Yep.
now.
Yep. Yep. Well, no, you mean two young guys.
Two young guys.
Because Randall was picked 7th.
Okay, two
Yeah.
young guys, right?
Yeah. Right. Right.
R.J. Barrett.
I think Burks was picked 10th. I think maybe
I-
something.
some
Derrick Rose was picked first. Nerlens Noel
right,
was picked 6th.
right.
But if you talk about the young core,
I'm talking
emphasizing
about
the young core.
the young
Right.
core, the young core.
Right.
Let me be more specific. The young core, right? The guys that we see being the faces of the franchise.
Okay.
Um, and here's the factor of the reality. Those guys aren't it because if they were, then they would be that. Like, um, you don't have to trade a Randall if Obi was good. You know why?
Mm.
Obi would have just took the job
Mm.
out
Mm.
off the gate.
Mm.
Like he would have been that impressive. Like, yo, we can't keep this guy on
Wow.
the bench. And they would have been working so hard at the trade deadline to try to move him if that was the case. But me personally, I've said this from the beginning. If the plan was to move on from Randall, that's why you drafted Obi, then Randall should have been moved before the draft or the day of the draft. He should have never been able to have MVP conversation year or become an all-star on the Knicks. He should have done it somewhere else. Period.
Right. Right.
So when people are like, oh, well, the front office didn't know he was going to have that year. He didn't have that year yet when we draft Obi. He didn't have that year yet. So they should have never known that he had something like that in his arsenal, right? But they did. Even in that, Obi should have been able to come out and take the job. You ain't going to tell me Amari Stoudemire is going to sit behind Boris Diaw.
Right.
Boris
Right. You
Diaw
mind
is
if
a
I
good
say,
player.
you mind if I say something just real quick?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, to that point about the front office not knowing, that's not an indictment on Julius Randle. That's an indictment on a rookie front office, right?
Right.
Because they're supposed to know a bunch of. They're supposed to be aware of duplicity and roster needs. Everybody pounding the table saying you need a point guard and you draft a power forward. And you signed a power forward in free agency. And every year, think about this, Chuck. Think about every year the Knicks. Think about the last 10 to 12 years. Every year you saw a Henry Ellenson, right? A Derek Williams,
Right.
a Michael Beasley, a Bobby Portis, a Julius Randle. Every year the Knicks sign a power forward in free agency, right? And then what happens is those dudes turn out to be nothing, right?
Right.
Julius Randle comes to New York and becomes something. The year before, he was 20-10. When they fired that stupid coach, the one that dumb that clown with the smoking hot wife that wrote together on the whiteboard with the game on the line. When they fired him and promoted the guy off the bench, what's the bench coach? I forget his name.
Mike Miller.
Mike Miller. Yeah, does everybody know Mike Miller? I think everybody does. But anyway,
Yes.
Mike Miller. When Mike Miller was a coach, Julius Randle's numbers skyrocketed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you telling me you didn't know that was going to be real when you was watching it? Yeah, this front up, man. The Knicks fans are lemmings, bro. That's what we are right now. And even better, Chuck, even better. I got one even. The Knicks fans are beachgoers, right? And I'm ringing the bell, telling them it's a shark in the water, and they hear this strange music playing. Done it. And Knicks fans are like, man, I'm hot. No, I don't want an ice cold Coca-Cola. I want to get in the water. Okay. Go get in the water then. The shark can't eat everybody. Somebody will survive. You know what I'm saying? Knicks fans have this thing, man, where they hear the bell ringing, they hear the alarm, right? They hear people saying shark, right? They hear all these things. They're like, nah, I'm just going to do what the status quo is. I'm at the beach. I will go in the water, regardless of all the warning signs, right? And like last night, somebody legit told me, man, I'm glad we stayed at 11. What?
Nobody said that. I didn't hear somebody said that. Oh,
yes.
Man.
Yes. I'm glad. Chef NYK was good. Yeah, yo, really, man? You are glad you stayed at 11? Come on. What are we doing, Knicks fans? And for the record, this is Vibes and Stuff Live in the Morning. I'm one of your co-hosts, Uncle Freezy. I'm rocking with Chuck Allen. I vibed this morning. The NBA draft lottery was last night across the league. Our favorite team, the New York Knicks, in a lottery, didn't move. They didn't win anything in a lottery, right? They didn't win anything. It's akin to buying a scratch off for $1 and winning $1. Right? That's what it is. You didn't win $5, but you got your money back. So you stayed exactly where you were. You didn't lose $1. You didn't win $1 million. You stayed exactly what you were. And Knicks fans are like, I'm glad we stayed at 11 because we could have fell back to 12. Knicks fans, what are we doing? Chuck, I don't understand it, bro. I don't, and it's a mentality, bro. It's a culture now. We have a culture of losers. Like you would legit not risk winning because you don't want to lose. What? What? I don't get it.
Yes, Jay. Nah, man. Here's the thing, and I gotta be like the listen, man. Knicks, gentlemen, ladies, Knicks fans around the world, hear my voice. We are not going to get better or build a team that is competitive for a playoff spot or anything above that. Continually to pick 11 through 20 something.
Right.
And it's 11 in what they deemed as a weak draft.
Right.
Now, I've heard some interesting picks, some interesting prospects, but a lot of them are just as raw as the dudes we already have on the squad.
Right.
So you want to put some more of that
Yeah.
in there? How are you going to, like, those guys haven't been developed? And stop telling me they've been developed. Don't mention IQ came in playing the way he's playing now. Nothing's changed about his game.
Nothing.
IQ's been playing that way. Obi was up and down, but you could see where he was going to be effective. He's going to be effective in the pick and roll. He's going to be effective in loose ball points.
Okay.
Because he does not have an offensive repertoire to make him an offensive threat. Okay, so RJ Barrett is our shooting guard / small forward. RJ has gotten better, but for a shooting guard, so we need to add more pieces to that. I know some people are, well, we got Cam. Cam was going to be our nothing.
Yeah.
Because Tibbs don't look his way. Tibbs didn't look his way.
Right.
Tibbs said he needed 6'8" wings.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
They traded one, right?
Right.
You traded one, which you could have kept. Which you could have kept because he at that particular time, and y'all can say whatever y'all want to, he was as effective as Fournier. Because what they were making RJ do, Kevin Knox was very good at that. Sit in the corner and shoot threes.
Right.
Stand in the corner and shoot through 50%. He was 50% from the corner. Could have kept
two consecutive seasons. He was 50%. 2 consecutive seasons. He was that.
Wait. What Paris Douglas said that's wrong, Chuck. The Golden State Warriors have won how many lottery picks? Please stop. They picked the right damn people, Paris Duggar. What are you talking about? They picked generational talent. We ain't picked none. Y'all got to get off of that. And then y'all go pick somebody. Y'all go pick somebody like the Golden State Warriors.
Hey, Chuck. And guess what? The Golden State Warriors picked in the lottery 2 consecutive seasons. They picked James Wiseman, who looks like a bust, right? And they also picked the shooting guard. They were in the lottery 2 consecutive seasons. And I know that the consensus is going to be, well, Golden State was injured, Clay was hurt, and blah, 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 right? But Steph Curry is a lottery pick. Klay Thompson was a lottery pick. Aside from that, the rest of their team, they didn't draft. I'm looking at the 2010 draft right now. In the lottery, they picked Ekpe Udo. How did that pan out for the Golden State Warriors?
What pick was that? What number pick was that?
Oh, you don't want to know because when I tell you, you're gonna laugh. They picked him 6.
You gotta hit those. We're never in that conversation to pick those guys.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have to
Well,
pick. We have to be in. Okay, so like, check this out. The year that we took Jordan Hill, who was the very next pick?
DeMar DeRozan.
Didn't hit on your picks.
Who was the
He
pick
did.
before that? So who's the pick before Jordan Hill? Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Who was the
Steph
pick?
Curry.
Who's the guy that the Knicks took? Jordan Hill. Who was the very next pick? DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan.
What are we talking about?
Like, it's about hitting your picks, getting those. If you're in the top, like you couldn't
But
mess
Chuck,
up
they
the
wanted to
RJ
move up.
draft.
They wanted to move up, and they wanted to move up and get the guy out of Memphis. What's the point guard out of the big combo guard out of Tyreek Evans,
Tyreek Evans.
whatever school he went to, Memphis, Louisville, Kentucky, whatever school he went to. The Knicks were looking to either move up to get him or Steph Curry. They were like, we'll move up a lot to get Tyreek Evans, but we'll move up a little bit in case Steph Curry is there. They didn't do either, and then they missed out on both, right? And that is the mindset that I'm talking about, Chuck. It's a sickness that we have. We feel like we don't have to move, that we'll pay to the 1996, Chuck, and I know I talked about this last night. 1996, the Knicks had 3 first-round picks, right? And they wanted to move up to get a guy like Ray Allen or Stephon Marbury, right?
Mhm.
Because Big East basketball was huge back then.
At that time. Yep.
Right. They either I think it was like Kerry Kittles, Ray Allen, or Stephon Marbury, who went to Georgia Tech, but he's from the
Right.
city. Right. They didn't move up to get either. Right. And out of that draft, Ray Allen's a Hall of Famer. Right. They didn't trade up to get Ray Allen. Right. They didn't trade up to get the young high school kid from the Philadelphia suburbs, Kobe Bryant, who got picked at 13. Right.
Right.
Chuck, you got the Knicks pick, I think 17, 18, 19, or something like that, or something 17, 18, 20, something like that.
20. Yeah.
Right. So they had 3 picks, like back to back. So they didn't trade up to get the kid from Philly, the Kobe Bryant kid, right? That's too much to pay. I'm not paying all of that. They didn't trade up to get Peja Stojakovic, the sweet shooter that went to the Sacramento Kings, right? And right before them, 2 picks before they picked, they wouldn't give up 2 picks to move up 2 spots, right? Guess who went in that spot? Steve Nash, right? And so Knicks fans today are telling me that we don't want to pay all of that just to move up a little bit, man. We'll stay where we at. Stay where you at, and guess what? And guess what's going to happen? Your franchise, trust me, is going to stay where it's at. Right? And I know that's a pun and play on words, but yes, I'm disappointed about last night's outcome, but I'm more so disappointed with Knicks fans thinking staying pat is going to be the right thing for team building, right? And it's never worked. It's never worked for the Knicks. Bro, what are you doing with all these assets? Do something with them, Leon Rose. I know Leon Rose is an avid listener. And I know he has a burner account and contributes to Vibe the Stuff daily. So Leon Rose, if you're watching, man, thank you for watching the show and all that stuff. But listen, come on, bro. You got to be aggressive, bro. You got to be aggressive, man. Come on. I mean, it's you got to do something, because at this point, about 10 of the last 11 years being in the NBA lottery, right? 10 out of 11 years, you're in the lottery. Come on. You got to do something. Knicks fans Knicks fans, come on, man. We got to put pressure. We got to put pressure on ownership. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop being. Um,
All right, next year's draft. Next year's draft is where you need to be aggressive, right? Then you should have been making moves to acquire as many picks in next year's draft, right?
right,
We should have we shouldn't have signed any of these veterans for the money that we did. Um,
right.
what we should have done was take expiring contracts, expiring contracts,
Al
to acquire
Horford,
assets, right?
yeah.
To be able to pick multiple guys in next year's deep draft,
Derek
right?
Favors, yep.
W-
John
That's
Wall,
that right. These are the things that I thought that we should have done instead of uh quote unquote running it back or running it back and adding upgrades when they really weren't upgrades.
right,
Even when those names were mentioned,
right,
particularly Evan Fournier, like Kemba Walker was a surprise to me
right. Me too.
that they were going to try to go get him. But nevertheless, yeah, I mean, yeah, those vets come off next year. But will is this the year that they're going to flip those vets? Is this the trade deadline of next season where Alec Burks is gone by the trade deadline, Evan Fournier is gone by the trade deadline, Noel's is gone by the trade deadline? Because it's not enough about, okay, yes, we like Quentin Grimes. Yes, we like Deuce McBride. Yes, we like Obi Toppin. Yes, we like Jericho Sims. Yes, we like Emmanuel Quickly. But none of those guys are generational talents. And so, Paris, when you brought up the Golden State Warriors, even though they didn't hit on all of them, they hit on two Hall of Fame dudes:
Yeah, in the lottery.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. We don't have Steph Curry or Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
We have a guy in RJ Barrett that we believe is going to be there because he has shown since day one he's willing to put in the work to get better. I know what my weaknesses are, and I'm going to work on those things. But guess what? He ain't there yet either.
no, ain't there yet either.
Like I feel like I don't, I'm not like, yo, he's a bust and get rid of him. I ain't with none of that. You can't ignore a person's progression in work ethic. Um, the thing that endeared me with RJ had nothing to do with basketball. He said he wanted to be here. I want that challenge.
Right.
That for me goes a long way versus someone saying they want to like he was taking the New York Knicks uh colors, our banner with pride.
Right.
Cause this cat said, "Yo, man, the first opportunity he get, he dunking on Porzingis." I'm like, "Yo, bro, you weren't here. You weren't here for that.
Right.
Why
Yeah.
you want to dunk on him? Like, you weren't here for that."
Right.
But I
Yeah.
get it. But I get it though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Right.
I want to be here. That guy did y'all wrong. I'm gonna do him wrong. I'm gonna catch him
Right.
slipping, and I'm gonna do him dirty. I'm gonna
Right.
highlight film him.
Right.
So,
I feel
oh
you.
God, he will be a replica of Clay Thompson. See, oh man,
So
oh
Chuck, I get what you're
man,
saying, but the thing is, to me,
oh
it's not the basketball moves because every organization is not going to get things right. No organization gets things right 100% of the time. Some organizations get lucky, like Milwaukee got lucky with Giannis, right? Like San Antonio got lucky with David Robinson and Tim Duncan, right? They got lucky.
right,
San Antonio got lucky with David Robinson. Um, so you have to have some measure of luck, right? The Celtics get lucky all the time. I think the Celtics are just good. The Celtics just do stuff the right way most of the time, right? But the
right.
Knicks, but the Knicks and Knicks fans, we settle for so much. Uh stuff outside of basketball, right? We settle for we love to the newspaper aspect. We love when Mark Berman break it down. We claim to hate Berman, but we click on Berman every time, right? Man, Mark Berman ain't nothing but a such and such and such and such. Well, how do you know he's a such and such and such and such? You know because you read his shit. That's how you know. In order for you to read it, you had to click on it and check for it, right? And all these outside things, it's like all these outside things, like for the Knicks and things of that sort, man. Um, Settling is what we've become. We have legit become the Washington Wizards without the high draft picks. That's what Knicks fans are right now. We are the Washington Wizards, right? I mean, our uniforms don't even mean nothing to nobody no more except New Yorkers. When people see Knicks jerseys, they don't look at like the color scheme and all that stuff and say, "Oh, that's dope," and all that. They don't do that. They just have. It don't matter if R.J. Barrett played for Toronto. If somebody wanted an R.J. Barrett jersey, it didn't matter if he played for the Memphis Grizzlies. They'd have bought that Memphis Grizzlies R.J. Barrett jersey, right? But the Knicks, we don't have that guy no more. We don't have any of that stuff. We just have fallen in a place and just accepted it. Right. When you tell Chuck, when somebody tells you, well, I'm glad we had 11 because we could have fell back to 12. Come on, bro. What's that telling you as a Knicks fan? Come on. Come on, bro. We got the Knicks fans, yo. We got the like what kind of universe are we living in when people tell you that Quentin Grimes is a good draft pick? I know Knicks fans, think I bash Quentin Grimes a lot. But what kind of universe do we live in when we say Emmanuel Quickly was a great draft pick? Right? I was on the Quickly hype train, bro. I'd still like Quickly, but I need for him to be more than 39% from the floor. 39%? That's a great high schooler. That's a great. Now you could take a senior in high school right now and put him a great high schooler. You take him right now and put him on the Knicks, he'll shoot 39%. But with Quickly, you talk about a dude that was in college for 3 years, or he didn't play 3 years at college for that long, right? And then he's got 2 full seasons in the NBA, and he shot 39%. I mean, come on, man, what are we doing?
Emmanuel quickly is decent. Obi Toppin could be decent, but these aren't. Hey man, y'all want a team of decent people? Then that's cool. Like you can't use outliers as as the basis for your argument because there are guys that go undrafted. There are guys that get drafted in the second round that become uh superstar players. Gilbert Arenas went in the second round.
Right.
Jokic went in the second round. Um, Jimmy Butler played in the G League or the D League.
Jimmy
Like,
Butler got with the last pick of the first round. Jimmy Butler, the
so
last pick of the first round.
there are instances, but there's too far in between. Like that's wild to say, yo, we're picking here, then this guy could be that. If it's once in a while that happens, you can't bank your organization on being able to pick at those spots, especially when you don't have. I don't believe we have the personnel that knows how to pick in those spots
Nope.
and get the best possible players because it's crazy to know that there are teams that pick behind us that pick players that are doing better than the players that we picked ahead of them.
Right. Right.
Look at what Miami finds shooters.
Right.
They find guys that can shoot the ball that don't be on nobody's that don't be on nobody's board. The Boston
Right.
Celtics always get some guys with talent.
Right.
Whether they stick with Boston or not, they got talent, right?
Right.
We have guys that are talented right? I don't think we need to add to those. That's what I'm trying to say, gentlemen, particularly Paris Duggar. Like, yo, I'm not saying these kids can't play. I'm saying these kids, one, need development, right? Two, you still need a superstar. Period. And I think the best cost effective way of getting one was for us to lose and hopefully get a top 5 pick, right? That is a generational talent. Very rarely do you find generational talent later in the draft.
And the Knicks don't find generational talent, bro. The Knicks have to be given generational talent because we as fans, we are so weird. We're egomaniacs but low confidence.
I mean, you're not really taking a chance. You have no choice because that's who's in the front office and that's who's making the decisions. Like we
I,
have, like we're venting our frustrations and expressing our feelings about where we think the franchise should go. But I'm just saying, we have some good pieces, but nothing great yet.
I don't think we have good pieces. I think we have average pieces. I think we have average NBA players, right? And that I think you could swap out Quentin Grimes for Malik Beasley right now, and Beasley is an upgrade, right? I think you could swap out um, Grimes for Josh Hart, and it's an upgrade, right? But Quentin Grimes is never going to be Kobe Bryant, right? Jericho Sims is never going to be Nikola Jokic, right? It's just what it is. It's what it is. We have been so conditioned to be careful of failure that our obligation to take chances is put to the side. And basically, what we have become is a C plus fan base, right? And this is what I'm going to talk about. This is what I plan to talk about on the KMD. We are a C plus fan base, right? And we're proud of it. You know why? Because you can go to mama and be like, Mama, at least I didn't get all F's. I didn't get all F's, Mama. Right? And she's like, good, baby. I'm gonna take you to McDonald's and get you a small Happy Meal with an orange juice, with an orange soda. And baby, you did not get any F's this quarter. You didn't get any F's this semester, right? That's what we are. We are the C plus student. Think about it, Chuck. Think about it, Chuck. Think about it. Think about what we're saying. We're clapping our hands because we didn't draft any busts lately. Quentin Grimes ain't a bust. Okay. He ain't a great player either. Right? And you're like, oh man, Miles McBride is gonna be something. That's our opinion. We're hoping he becomes something. I hope so. I love Miles McBride, bro. I love Miles McBride, but right now, he ain't nothing. I hope he becomes something. It's like when you buy the seeds from the store. You buy the seeds from the store, you're like, these ain't nothing. If I don't put them in water, ain't nothing gonna happen. If I don't put them in dirt, ain't nothing gonna happen. Right?
Right.
But bro, right now, ain't nobody giving you. Do you think you could put Miles McBride in a Paul George trade? No. What about a Jalen Brunson trade? No. DeJounte Murray trade? No. Ain't nobody giving you nothing for Miles McBride. Ain't nobody giving you nothing for Quentin Grimes. Right? Let's stop acting like these average NBA players are something.
Well, look, quickly will be a 3-point. Will win a 3-point contest in 3 years. Grime also can. Obi will be a top 12 player in 3 years. What are we talking about?
Yeah. And that same person that made all of those assumptions should be giving out lottery numbers to everybody that's poor. Everybody that's poor, go to that person to get lottery numbers, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that tongue in cheek is this, Chuck. We say that all the time when we drafted Kevin Knox. After 1 year, the hype was the same after 1 year about Kevin Knox. The hype was the same 1 year after Frank Ntilikina. Did you see Frank Ntilikina bump up to LeBron? He ain't scared of LeBron after one season, right? Right? Those dudes didn't turn up. Those dudes ain't worth hot dog water, right? Now, but you told me to wait 4 years. I waited 4 years, and they are exactly what I said they were going to be in year one.
But that's part of management of not developing those guys, and I feel like that's the same thing going on with the group of the young guys that were recently drafted over the last 4 years, that they're not getting properly developed. It's like, for some reason, and this is my opinion, this is what I see. It seems as if they want you to come in and be whatever they saw in those workouts. Like, okay, this person is going to be you know 20 and 10 guy. So instead of working on your 20 and 10 craft, with your rebounding or post moves, you just want them to come in and do that. uh these kids are removed, are 1 year removed from college, 2 years removed from high school, some
Right.
of them, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They don't have the knowledge of how to be an NBA pro.
No, not yet.
That's why back in the day, a vet was always assigned to a rook to show them and show them how to be an NBA
Yeah.
professional, learning a
Right.
work ethic, hiring the right coaches for the off season, and to help you with your shots and your footwork and stuff like that. I'm not down on the young guys, and don't get me misconstrued. I'm not down on any of them, but let's be realistic. They're not what you think they. A lot of them are not going to be what you think they are.
Is
Like,
there a is there a is there a James Harden in this group?
no, and that's the thing that's the only thing that I'm pointing out. Real King have pointed out all of these teams with young guys, Orlando, Houston, OKC, all have better young talent.
Right.
We have guys with some talent. I like Emmanuel Quickly. I like Quentin Grimes. I like Deuce McBride.
Right.
Um,
We like Jericho Sims.
I love Jericho Sims.
We like Cam
I
Reddish.
like Cam
Like
Reddish.
like Obi. Like
I like
RJ.
Obi. I love RJ now.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
was on the fence with RJ, and that was because, and that has fault. It was because, but that doesn't stop. That won't stop him from being a great player, because there were great players that weren't athletic, right?
Right.
Paul Pierce
Right.
was one of the
Paul
most
Pierce.
deadliest shooters ever.
Larry Bird.
Deadly, not athletic.
Yeah.
So, so that's what made me turn the page on RJ Barrett, as far as, okay, he's the best piece that we have to to work with. We need to pair him with someone um that is uh equally or greater than him. I prefer not to trade guys away. I rather build through the draft. I rather
Okay.
find our guy, um, get our franchise guy within the top 3 to 5 spots in the draft,
Right.
because we need that. We don't have a LaMelo Ball, right? We don't have we don't even have a Trey Man on this team, do we?
No.
Do we have a Shea Gildress Alexander?
No. No. We don't have a T.O. Meladon or Josh Giddey. None of they point guards, bro.
So, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
They
I don't
have
want us to
four
go
point guards. We don't have none.
exactly. And I was like, damn, we could have got at least one other point guard. Why? because I think you have to move a lot of vets for these guys to find out what these guys are, so that they
Right.
can get consistent playing time.
Right.
Because we put a lot of stock, and when I say we, Nick fans, as you know, um, put a lot of stock in the last couple games of the season. Oh, you saw what such and such did? They had 20 and blah blah blah. And I'm like,
When the other team was tanking.
yeah, but did you see who was on the floor? The level of competition means things. I expect these numbers from these guys because these are the guys that they dominated in summer league. These are the guys that got dominated in college. Like,
Right.
if he couldn't do it against these guys, then calling him a bust would be applicable, right?
Yeah.
But let's not get it twisted. It's a difference when they game plan against you.
Oh
A
boy.
great point. Here's a great point. Jeremy Lin was lighting things up. He was on a roll. He was on a roll.
He's gonna be league. If he'd have played 82 games like that, he'd have been league MVP.
Right. Gave Kobe 37. Kobe was like, that kid's good. But
And
what
Kobe
happened?
was trying to stop him. Kobe was trying to stop him.
Yes. But what happened? But what happened when they went to Miami? Miami's have a couple games under their belt now. They didn't see them play. Start
Right.
trapping them. What happened?
Clamps. Put the clamps on them.
Wait a minute. Chuck, triple double can't come on, man. You can't just overlook. But that and teams we played weren't playing that game. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, y'all say that, but um they may not be able to win, but they know how to draft, and they draft great talent. Maybe Oklahoma City is the farm system for the league. Oklahoma City grows them, and then other teams come and pluck their players out. Maybe that's the case. Hey man, if y'all think we're winning the championship, or we have the building blocks to do that, then that's fine. I don't agree with you, but that's fine. We have some good young talent, and I don't understand why I keep talking about waterfalls. There are super duper stars. Like, you're bugging. John Moran is a super duper star. Let's I don't know. Like, okay, see, now I get where Uncle Freezy is going with this. I know exactly where Uncle Freezy was going with this and why he said what he said. I was going to disagree with him, but now I see it. Now I see it.
Right.
I see it.
So
Y'all,
basically,
y'all just want a man. Y'all that chick that just want a man. Y'all don't care what he do, how he look, how he treats you, whatever. As long as you got a man, as long as you can tell people you got a man, you good. All right, bet. I
yeah,
ain't got
yeah,
nothing more to say on this subject. That's fine. That's what y'all
yeah,
want. Okay, cool.
yeah. Chuck, what I was gonna say to it is as long as it's a player that we can't get, the player is no good. Or not as good as hype, right? But if it's a play of ours that's average, we're gonna boost them up. So we want to we want to give them a billboard in Times Square. Quentin Grimes, the future of the Knicks. Billboard in Times Square. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Quentin Grimes is a borderline starter, bench rotation player at best, unless he improves on something, right? But we're talking about Ja. Why are we talking about Ja? Shouldn't even be saying Ja and Quentin Grimes in the same sentence. It's the reason why I go off the deep end trying to bring people back, like saying Ja is a megastar, Quentin Grimes is a ham sandwich. That's the reason why I say it. Because it's and Ron from Still Knicks fans, if you're watching, this is all your fault, Ron. Because you said Quentin Grimes is Klay Thompson Jr. And that's what made me go up on the deep end, calling him a ham sandwich. So Yeah, man.
Right, right, Bodega. Those teams that are loaded with point guards have worse records than us, and we should have had a worse record to get one of them point guards. Period. Period. Because you're not winning. We're not in the championship window right now.
No,
So
no, man.
so so to get a t- losing to get a top 3, top 5 pick that is a point guard or a shooting guard or a center that is generational, you absolutely have to take a chance at that because guess what? We've always gotten to this point. We've always gotten to this point as an organization where we have a bunch of young guys, some guys that we think are going to be pretty decent, that could develop into something nice. Like when we had David Lee, Shannon Fry, and all those kids. Guess what? We're going to bring in some. That team got old in 3 years. We became the oldest. We went from the youngest team to the oldest team in the league, and made it to the playoffs, to the second round.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that. I don't want to blow it up and go get some aging superstar. I want us to get our own, groom our own. Stop begging for because anyone that you go get, oh, it's the Knicks. Let's fleece them. Y'all got to give me all of your young talent, not just
Yeah.
some. You got to give us all your young talent.
And
And
but
then
Chuck,
now you're sitting there.
but you have to understand the reason why teams fleece the Knicks, right? The reason why small market teams fleece the Knicks is because they know that if they don't get a super haul from the Knicks, their player might walk out the door for free to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to slap the Knicks' hand. You got to slap their hand when they reach in the cookie jar. You know what I'm saying? Teams do it to the Lakers all the time. Did you see how New Orleans fleeced the Lakers in the Anthony Davis deal? Man, they got so many first round picks, bro. It's crazy. Did you see how Oklahoma City fleeced the Clippers in the Paul George deal? Man, come on, bro.
Right.
And, and so what I'm getting at, man, with is the thing is, y'all listen. The basketball stuff, the basketball stuff is gonna be the basketball stuff. We can argue about that sun up to sundown every day, right? The basketball stuff is going to be the basketball stuff. You're going to get smart people. They're going to go in. They're going to have the intent to do a great job. They're going to get in there, realize the job is bigger than, harder than what they anticipated. And then they're going to start going to plan B and plan C and plan D. It happens, right? What I'm speaking to is Knicks fans wanting to be and excited to be the C plus student, right? Mama, I didn't get a ribbon or a trophy, but I got a gold star. Wait a minute, you didn't get a ribbon, you didn't get a trophy, you didn't get a plaque, you didn't get a certificate. She just put a gold star on your shirt. And we happy with that? We should not be happy. We played the Knicks are in the toughest division in basketball, right? In the toughest division in basketball. Think about who's playing in the Eastern Conference Finals right now. Boston, right? Think about who else is in that division. Toronto recently won an NBA title. Philadelphia is in this division.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's in the Central, but I got you. I feel you. That too, and these teams are young, Chuck. These teams are young. And to Paris Douglas' point, I just wanted to put Paris Douglas pointed out something really smart about 7 to 8 comments ago, right? He said the 2023 draft is the draft that we should be targeting. Listen, man, I agree, right? But the 2021 draft is the one we should have been targeting also, and we didn't, right? That's why when I make these claims, we have to understand. Y'all have to understand why I make these claims and why they seem to be wild, right? In a very deep 2021 draft, the Knicks didn't trade up, and they had the assets, right? The 2022 draft is here. there are a couple of people that we feel like can be franchise changers. I'm not saying they'll be Hall of Famers. I'm saying franchising. Like they'll take your 35 win team and maybe get them to 45 wins. That's franchise changing, right? Because you go from
Right.
basically you go from a lottery team to a 6 seed. That's franchise changing, right? So with that said, I said make a move in 2022, right? Because I don't have faith in this organization that they're going to make a move in 2023 and that draft that Paris Duggar mentioned. Paris Duggar, your point is well taken, duly noted and accurate based on what I've seen, and I want to give you credit for that. But the thing where me and you, where our paths diverge, is I don't think the front office has the talent nor the balls to make moves in that 2023 draft. And I gave you an example. I gave you multiple examples. The Steph Curry draft, where Steph Curry went ahead of us and DeMar DeRozan went behind us. And we took Jordan Hill. What was it? No, we took Noah Hill, right? King of the Hill? Hank Hill? Whatever, one of them hills. We took, what was her name?
Benny
We took
Hill.
yeah, we took Benny Hill. We took Jamel Hill. Yeah, we took one of them hills, right? Right? We took Jamel Hill with that pick, right? And right behind us went DeMar DeRozan, right? It's the thing is we shy away from the chances because DeMar DeRozan only looked like a superb athlete with no NBA skill. And you're like, well, he can't even play basketball. Well, all these years later, you tried to sign my man twice when you could have drafted him once. You know, you could have drafted him and he could have forever been a Knick. Right? Because they said the same thing about Latrell Sprewell. When DeMar DeRozan was coming out, I was like, this dude is like Latrell Sprewell. Right? And you could have, Knicks fans know Latrell Sprewell. But instead of that, we going out and getting a tweener big, right? That can offensive rebound but had motor issues. Lazy.
Right.
A lazy big man. Ain't nothing worse on the planet than a lazy big man because they call him big for nothing. Chuck, you remember football? You remember football and football like spring practice? Everybody coming out there, they you know what I'm saying, the shirts came in from the athletic department, you know, the cut-off shirts. Everybody got their cut-off shirts or whatever, and they shorts. You got your number, you know what I'm saying? I got number 4, you know what I'm saying? I got number 4 on my shirt. Everybody, oh, look, I'm crazy. And then it's a dude that walked by. I'm like, bro, how much you weigh? My mama said I look like I'm about 290. Bro, you 6'7", 290, and you ain't playing football? I don't like football. It be hot out there. Bro. And on our offensive line, we got dudes 5'8", 165. And a dude 6'7", 290 is real. The Dewey Decimal System in the library. Bro, you big for nothing. We took a Jordan Hill. Oh my. And so with that said, Chuck, right? That's why I'm saying, telling Knicks fans, we have gotten to this C+ mindset because we are so fearful that if we make a mistake, people are gonna laugh at us. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay. I can understand. I can understand that train of thought. I just need uh everyone to understand, man. Like, I'm patient. Like, I've seen this already. I just
Right.
told y'all we did the same thing. We did the same thing before, uh, with a young core of guys that were talented. You let David Lee walk. You traded. I don't want to go down that road again, but that was another young core that was exciting to watch. That the fan base was clamoring that they wanted to see play,
Right.
and the front office blew that thing up quick, fast, and in a hurry, right? And they brought in a superstar in his prime, but screwed up all the other moves behind that, right? We're here again. I don't want us to do that. I want us to find our generational talent, groom our guys, um, and then compete and possibly win within uh within their first two contracts. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then I think that RJ will be on towards the end of his rookie extension, right?
Right.
We'll have time to develop whom that person is. Him and RJ are the 1-2 punch, right?
Right.
And then all of the guys that we have, if we can keep all those guys in tow, I think that's a hell of a bench. I think that's a hell of a bench with a Quentin Grimes and Manuel Quickly, um, Deuce McBride, Obi Toppin, and Jericho Sims.
Right.
I think that is I think that bench could outscore most benches,
Most benches
right?
consistently every night. Yep. Yep.
Right? So my thing is making sure that you have guys in that starting lineup that are generational because you only need two and then a really good guy.
Right.
That whole you need three superstars to win, that's not true.
Right.
That's not true. If you got two generational guys and a really good guy, you can win. You know why? Because the really good guy don't need the ball. He's going to do all the other stuff.
Chuck. So to your point, Chuck. I think Chuck. What Chuck is saying is, I don't know why I like to insert comedy in everything, but when you say that, all I'm thinking is boom, 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 boom. All you need is 2.5 men. That's all you need.
How am I sounding like an impatient teenager, a grown ass man? What are you talking about? Like, dude, I just said, yo, we're going to build with for the future. What are you talking about? Are you listening? Can you hear what you talking about, man? See, this is the thing with Knicks fans. Y'all hear what y'all want to hear. And when you disagree with someone, at one point someone makes whatever they say is IQ is still going to keep coming off the bench, man. IQ is not going to start because if he was going to start, he would have started him already.
Okay. Hey Chuck, let me ask you this. I'm gonna name a draft, and you tell me and tell me what you thinking. I'm gonna name some names, right? This is a order. Kimber Walker, Jimmer Fredette, Clay Thompson, Alec Burks, Markeith Morris, Marcus Morris, Kawhi Leonard, Nikola Vucevic, and the Knicks pick. Who do you think the Knicks picked?
In that Kawhi Leonard draft,
Yeah.
I was it Landry Fields?
It was Amon Shumpert.
I'm on Shumpert. Okay.
Yeah, and so here's the thing: 2 picks before Amon Shumpert,
Mm-hmm.
the Indiana Pacers selected
Baltimore.
Kawhi Leonard.
Uh,
And so
Kawhi.
what I can't figure out is how on all the big boards Kawhi Leonard is projected to go in the top 10. He's sliding down the board, and the Knicks not give up anything to move up 2 spots to get Kawhi Leonard.
Because they didn't believe.
I think the price was too high.
Can't be.
I think the Knicks fans were like, man, I ain't paying all that just to move up 2 spots.
How can I mean that's on the front office. Like the fans can feel how they want to feel, but the front office, y'all the ones with the power to go out and make these moves. I think that um I think that when you're when you're talking about a guy like that, man, like you certain guys, yes, you gotta ante up and make that move. Um, but the Knicks have done that plenty of times. you you think that one, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, Chuck, what I'm getting at, like what I'm getting at with Knicks fans is be. I understand if you have the potential to be an F student and you're a C plus student, I
Mhm.
understand that's overachieving,
Right.
right? But if you're a C plus student and you have the potential to be an A plus student, that's underachievement, right? And my belief is that the Knicks have the potential to be an A plus student, and we're settling for being a C plus student, right? Think about the fans are great. Knicks fans are, man. Listen, there's no fan base more passionate than us. I don't care what sport, and I don't care what country. There's no fan base more passionate than us. New York City is unbelievable, bro. Chuck, if you ever get the opportunity, make sure you live in New York City for a while. It's unbelievable, bro. New York, this city is unbelievable. There is no place like New York City, bro. Right?
Nope.
We have all these things going for us. We play in a place called the world's most famous arena. Right? Yet on draft night, we're like, yeah, I'm glad we finished 11th out of 14 teams. I mean, it boggles my mind. Okay, all right, I got you. All right, okay, all right, you got me, yo. Hey, you got me. Yeah, oh, I got you. All right, Parasugger.
We are on the right path. I will agree with you on that by acquiring talent. I've always said this, and I stand by this. The Knicks are in talent acquisition mode, gathering up talent. But you want to get some really good talent that when it's time to flip, you're not gutting your whole roster just to
Right.
get one guy to come in. You
Yeah.
know what I
Okay.
mean? Or you want that guy on your team where you can go over the cap and sign him and re-sign him and keep him there, right?
Right.
We
Right.
have some very good young players, but I don't, with the exception of RJ Barrett, um, Cam is on the fence for me. But with the exception of those guys out of the young core, everyone else is exactly where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
Everybody else is where they're supposed to be. Like they're playing their positions. That's why I
Right.
said that they could be the best backcourt ever. I mean, second team ever because they have the athleticism, they have the
The
shooting,
skill.
and
Yeah.
they have the defense. Right?
Yep.
You got
Yep.
you
Yep.
got
Yep.
Obi
Yep. Yep.
Toppin and Jericho Sims available for lob action. You could run pick and rolls with both of those guys, right?
Yep.
Um, Obi's a little more versatile scorer because he can shoot a little bit.
Right.
So Obi brings that, right?
Okay.
Um, you have Quentin Grimes who can play perimeter defense. He can play the two or the three. You got two combo guards in Grimes. I mean, in Deuce McBride and Emmanuel Quickly that can both play off the ball, right? McBride's defense is better. On ball defense is better, but Quickly has
Right.
gotten better with his defense.
Right.
And I
More
think
assertive. Definitely.
so you can groom those guys to be an elite bench. You can even they a bench don't have to be, oh, guys they're just good for the bench. The best benches usually have guys that are quality starters. They could play starter minutes. Case in point, uh, Manu Ginobili, right?
Right.
Manu Ginobili was absolutely a starter, but he came off the
Right.
bench.
Right.
And the two,
Right.
I think he made an All Star team off the bench, and then won as a starter,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So it's like being a guy that comes off the bench is not a bad thing, and I don't think that makes these guys mediocre or they're trash. I think these young guys are really really solid, right?
Solid. Like six and a
Right?
half. On a scale of 1 to 10, they 6.5, bro.
Right.
They not fives.
No, but that's what you want. You want 6.5, sevens
Thank you.
eights coming off your bench because that means there's not a lot of drop off when your starters come out, right?
Right.
Um,
Right.
and with
Okay.
young guys, you want to make them comfortable in the offense. Guess where they
Okay.
can run the offense, uh, or execute the offense, easily against second unit guys.
Okay.
We saw that coming down the stretch what those guys were able to do with teams that weren't as talented as them, right?
Right.
So that has to be encouraging for us. Like, okay, so we got something with this, but we still need
A
that other
Kobe.
thing, right? And y'all keep trying to say, well, no, we got it. No, we don't. We still
No, we
need
don't.
that.
We don't have a James Harden.
Once we add that, gentlemen, all bets are off. All
Right.
bets are off. If you add one generational player to our starting lineup with RJ Barrett,
All of a sudden,
we're different.
yes.
We are different. And you best believe, I think a generational player cause because of what a generational player brings, makes it easier for RJ Barrett. RJ is still not great at creating a shot off the dribble, but he's gotten better at it, shooting off the dribble, right? Now RJ doesn't have to do that, right?
Right.
Um, I think that we got some good stuff. Um,
Right.
okay, let me say this. Like, so when I go shopping and I'm putting together my wardrobe, I'll buy I'll buy a certain amount of quality stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
I'm gonna get some, some polo. I'm gonna get, maybe some Tommy Hilfiger, something like that, right? That's quality. It's good. But then, you know, for those special occasions, because they're special, right?
Right.
I'm gonna pull out that Tom Ford suit.
Yeah.
I wear it only.
Tom Ford.
Yeah,
Good God,
yeah,
man.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Custom.
yeah.
It got to be custom. Yep.
Tom Ford.
Got to.
Um,
Yep. Yep. Got
um,
to have. Got to have an original liner inside the suit. Right. Can't be no. Your grandma threw some mess together on the inside of your suit. Like, nah.
nah,
Quality.
right. So I have some good stuff. I have some good stuff, right? But when it's time for action, like if I'm doing something important, I have a whole nother wardrobe that I got from the Nordstrom rack, right?
Right.
Nordstrom rack. Stuff is, I got some Pradas. Jordans are nice. I got a nice pair of Jordans. But them Pradas are different, right? So that's all I'm saying. Like we have Polo. We even have Polo Black Label. I'm gonna call RJ Polo Black Label. But guess what?
Right.
We need Balenciaga. We need a Louis Vuitton, right?
Right.
And then once you add that to that, it's like, oh, whoa, the Knicks really, really have something. I think we're on the right path. I don't want us to jump the gun and then mortgage the future to get someone that doesn't move the needle for us. That's why I thought we should have lost those last couple of games. I know tanking is not what a lot of us want to do, but in order
But
to get
tanking is strategy. Tanking is strategic. You don't
right,
do it because you want to lose. You do it because you want to get better in the long run.
RJ's going to be a fourth piece of 2 years. Like, and I'm hoping that he's a piece because he's our highest pick, and I like his work ethic. I like the fact that he gets better each year. Paris, but we need someone else, something else to go with him.
Yeah.
I know we talking about Cam, but we haven't seen enough of Cam to say on the Knicks. We haven't seen enough on Cam on the Knicks to say, yo, he's going to be that guy next to RJ,
Right.
and those are going to be our guys.
Right.
Um, Yeah. DSJ, you've definitely been saying it. We've talked about it. Like, yo, man, that's how these teams end up with four-point guards.
Right.
This is how these teams ended up with, you know, two shooting guards that are elite, and then they can trade one, right?
Right.
Because they
Right.
were able to pick. They were terrible. Not some of them weren't tanking on purpose, but they were just bad teams. And this is what happened with bad teams. Bad teams get to pick higher in the draft so that next year or the years to come they're not as bad, right?
Right. And then they get incrementally better.
And that's exactly what happens. They get incrementally better. Um, and we're making incremental steps, right? I think I think moving some of the clutter in the starting lineup allows some of the young core to get more playing time, right? Because you only get better with playing time, right? Um, and then uh, you bring in you're probably going to lose, but now you put yourself. If any season is there for us to lose, it would be the 2023 season, so that our pick is going to be a top 10 pick. Yeah, I know that draft is going to be deep, and
So
we
you're
know we
saying
have
tank this
Dallas's
season.
pick.
Tank this season for 2023.
Right,
Because 2023 is next season.
right, exactly.
Ooh.
Here's
Ooh.
why. Here's why. If it's the deepest draft, like I know y'all saying, well, we don't have to do that because the draft is deep and we can pick guys 19, 20. But yo, we want a real shot at a generational guy in the top 10, right? Then the icing on the cake is with Dallas's pick. If you're picking 18, 19, 20, you get another guy in the first round that is probably going to be a gem. So now you got two, a generational player and probably a B plus player.
So now you got Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
You put that with a
Mm.
RJ Barrett. You put that with a RJ Barrett. If Cam pans out, RJ Cam plus the two young pieces that you add from the 2023 draft. Personally, I think that if there's no one in the 2022 draft that is like, yo, we gotta get him. There's no way he should have fell to 11. Then yo, trade out. Try to get another pick for 2023.
And there is a guy. There is a guy. And I was gonna do the show Friday, but so y'all would be wanting me to take the cat out the bag, right? But I've been alluding to it. You got to trade up to 4 and take Jaden Ivey,
I like him.
right? That's all I'm gonna say on that. I'm gonna try not to let the cat out of the bag, but the cat is peeping out of the brown paper bag right now. So Chuck, I gotta run.
Okay. All right. Okay, no problem. No problem. Um, yeah, man, vibes and stuff. Vibes and stuff this morning took a Nick turn, man. I hope hey, listen, man. Um, I get passionate, gentlemen. If my voice or my levels seem like it was anger, it's not. I rock with everybody. Harris Duggar, me and you are good. Everybody in the chat, yo, we're good. But we get passionate about these Knicks. That's why we usually don't talk about the Knicks at all on Vibes and Stuff in the morning, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through, everybody for jumping in the chat, showing us love. Um, if it's your first time joining us, sorry for the Nick talk this morning. But Vibes and Stuff, we're usually a little more of a morning show. But don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. ish to about 9 a.m. ish. And that's Monday through Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit all of the notifications so that when we go live, you'll know and you can come kick it with us. And make sure you hit that like button, man. Get those thumbs up, man. Get us a part of the algorithm, yeah? So more and more people can come kick it with us in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a great morning. I will see y'all on KMD. Um, I'll see y'all on KMD, and y'all have a great, great, great day. All right? Peace.